Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here at San Diego Comic-Con 2025 with the Marvel Hasbro team. We have Dan and Dwight. How are you guys doing today?
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Good,
I really enjoyed the panel. How did you feel about your own panel? How did you feel about the fans' reactions to it? Just to get that out of the way.
I mean, for me, it was like a roller coaster ride because if you guys didn't see, he shaved his beard a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, we got the mutton chops right over here. I cheered for the mutton chops. That was awesome.
This guy is
Right here. We love coming to San Diego, and the panel, the support from the fans, always awesome. So yeah, I loved being on the panel. It's not the same, but obviously we had a good time. What about you?
It was we always sit in the back before we go up there, looking through the deck and trying to gauge where we think the big pops will be. And I think we got most of them right today.
Right? Yeah. What was your biggest thing from the panel?
I love the Mephisto figure. I'm stoked about it. And the throne on top of it. It's like the throne is taking it to another level. I'm really excited I'm oddly excited about the throne. I just didn't expect to be so pumped about the throne, but it's very, very cool. The figure looks fantastic as well.
I appreciate you saying that. That was a lot of fun. Like I touched on up there, I don't get to make things up much in Marvel because so much has already been provided to me. So having the chance to take a piece of art and to flush it out and then take what I drew and give it to the sculptor and say, go. Whatever, take it to the next level, and then take it to the paint department and say, go. It was nice to have everybody elevate the game, and we don't get to do that much, so it was fun.
I think it looks awesome. I'm really excited about it.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's great, and I like the timed exclusives idea. Are we going to see more Marvel Legends HasLabs come back? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility that could come back. I think the made-to-order model does work for us. I think we were explaining that in the panel. But yeah, never say never. I think if there's an opportunity and the right item, yeah, we could definitely make it a HasLab. But how do you feel about a HasLab versus made-to-order?
I like them both, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the made-to-order is perfect for smaller scale figures like that, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and like the Dragon Man too, I think it's perfect for that scale.
The Sentinel was made-to-order, though.
And the Sentinel too, yeah. But that one, either way, I was gonna get 3. Like I'm a big sucker for the Sentinels.
So who do you want to see next, Leo Pardon or Fin Fang Foom as a HasLab?
There's something else.
I think I'm leaning towards the Foom more than anything else. I think I'm just kind of. I think most of us.
How big?
Oh, you're gonna ask me for the dimensions? All right. Well, twice the size of the first one. How about that?
Wow.
I think that would
4 times as much as
No, I got a good deal on it. I paid like $175.
Okay.
I bought it shortly after it came out. I don't know that big is totally necessary, but I think on a grand scale,
sure,
like that would be really, really awesome to see. So yeah, and dragons, dragons are popular. People like dragons.
I'm a dragon kid, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm staring at a dragon sign. I'm all about dragons.
Awesome. All right. So I have good feelings, good vibes about Fin Fang Foom.
HasLab collab Tiamat in the Marvel Legends line.
Oh my God, this is what happens when he gets ideas.
It's good.
Do you want me to work with D&D and Marvel and put D&D in the Marvel comic books to make you a Tiamat that's...
I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
It wasn't crickets. It was shocked awe. That's what it was.
They're probably hitting the like button. Who knows? On the Maximum series line, I really liked the Spider-Man a lot. The Hulk figure I didn't like as much as the Spider-Man, but still happy to have it. Are we going to see more Maximum series figures? Is that going to continue on?
Yeah, I think you'll have to stay tuned. I said this in another interview. Like we definitely heard the fan reactions, right, for both Maximum, right? And it's something that is slightly new for us. We're really excited about it. I do think we will see a couple of more coming out planned, but you'll have to stay tuned on when we reveal it.
Okay. Yeah. My next question was going to be, did you hear, like, there's some people that boycotted the figure based off of the price, and I was just wondering if you had heard about all that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, Russ, you know me. I know everything that's happening on the internet. So
you're
yeah,
online. You heard all the positives and negatives.
Yes. So we're very aware.
All right,
And I'm learning what Google is.
Okay, and you're catching up with the Google first. Right on.
What did I tell you? You don't admit that.
Hey, next, you can get a MySpace account. You know, after that, you can get a MySpace. All right.
Be on the top 5 of that, okay?
Yes. Okay.
I'll teach you about that. Don't worry about it.
I wanted to ask, I have been wanting a cardiac figure for years. I've been asking for cardiac for a long time. I've heard rumors about there being legal restrictions about that. Is that correct, or is that just a rumor? Are you allowed to say? If you're not allowed to say, I understand.
No, I can say some things.
Okay.
There are certain characters in the Marvel pantheon that we don't have access to. However, if there's a strategic reason to bring that character forefront, we can have conversations with our partners at Disney Marvel and pitch our case and explain why and what the benefit and what the win and what the return on investment is. And if it's right, and if everybody agrees, they are able to work to try to bridge gaps with those issues.
Yeah,
so it's, there are some that are like, yeah, sounds you would like to do it? Great. Boom, done. And there's others that are negotiations and so on and so forth. So, and every year it's changing.
Yeah, that's what I was
when
gonna say.
when I came to you guys a handful of years ago and we were working on the Engine of Vengeance, I said, if you want a Mephisto, this is the only way to do it.
And that's what was genuinely true.
Yes, at the time that was accurate. But since then, Mephisto has shown up in Disney Plus. The rules evolve and change, and Disney's very aware of that, and they're open to us exploring these types of venues, which is how you get to see what we have here today.
Yeah, and you've asked for characters too. Like I said, we have the benefit and luxury of we have this line because of your support and everybody's support. Like you said, the rules can evolve, so that's all we can say.
Okay, so
it's
what could be
any more out of spite that I just don't give you things.
I don't believe it's out of spite. I don't believe that at all. All right, I wanted to lay down a couple of grievances. All right, nothing too major. All right, but my two biggest frustrations. And number one is calf cuts on the figures. Yep. There are so many figures that need a calf cut, and I know sometimes it could look a little ugly, but like the movie Fantastic Four figures, to me, it looks like that could have easily been implemented into the figure, and just a whole ton. I would like to see it on almost every figure because it really helps with the ankle pivot. Sometimes the ankle pivot is there and it's beautiful, but without a proper calf cut or a horizontal rotation, it starts to look odd, with the lean, in some of the product shots, I'm like, I could already see it not doing the things that I wanted to do because it doesn't have a calf cut. So that's grievance number one.
Normally when you don't see them on a clean surface, it has been chosen as an aesthetic decision. Ultimately, if they're not there, that's a decision that I either made or something that I may have missed. For instance, sometimes we have tried to ask for round pins for those to be there, and they are there at the development, and when we kick them off, and through the development process, sometimes things get changed at the factory, and normally you catch that, but every once in a while you miss something, and you're like, it was supposed to be, why isn't it? And it's just like everybody's just like, and it doesn't happen much, but every once in a while there's late last minute changes. The factory says it needs to be glued for structural stability, and we have to modify things. So and that's not always the case. Sometimes I've chosen not to. But every once in a while there are things that you're just like, I wish I would have caught that sooner, or what happened, what went wrong, and that's when the team sits down and just like, okay,
yeah,
let's talk about it.
We'll calf kick him every time. Okay?
All right,
we just sit down and we talk about it, and we're like, okay, what happened, what went wrong here, how do we try to do our best to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, because I started acting like a toddler behind the review station, I'm mad about my figures.
But Dwight is being very humble. It's not just on Dwight. It's like a team decision. It's a collaborative thing. So yeah, whatever the final outcome is of the product, it is not solely one person's responsibility.
Right. Yes, I can understand that. You have a team. Sometimes you put an order in for the color blue, it comes back the color black instead. You know, things like
absolutely.
that. Things like that happen. And then like the other grievance is the back of the figures seem to miss paint a bunch of times, and it's like, and sometimes it'll be a figure that looks amazing, the sculpt and the paint on the front of it and all that stuff is just awesome, and then I look at the back of it, or I can see that cutoff on the side. There's like a horizontal line where it's like the buck stops there, no more money for this figure, and then the back of it's missing paint. That's the other grievance. It's like, and I know the front is taking more pictures. You know.
That's also a fair grievance, and you're absolutely right. It's when it comes down to cost. You know, we have a certain amount of money that we can spend on the development of these figures, and that is broken apart on how much tooling do I have, how much labor is it going to cost, how much deco can I afford, how much do the different types of deco ops cost. There's so many levels of things. What's the size of the MasterCard, and what's the size of the blister? There's so many. It's not just about the thing. There's a lot of stuff that's, you know, that a casual consumer wouldn't even think about that goes into the final cost of a product. And
just to add on, especially not for you specifically, but for every other reviewer, you're doing it one figure at a time. So when you're criticizing something, you're just looking at it there, but we have to look at it from the whole entire year, full of spreading out that budget. So you're looking at it, it's like, why wasn't all this budget put on like this one figure, you know what I mean? But like, we have to have like a full year perspective, and so that's what we would always like to say. It's like, okay, if we put it there, what are we sacrificing for something else, you know what I mean?
And this year, no paint on the backs. Like it's a year
Not
of
like
no
that.
paint.
It's not as like simple as that, though,
I
you
get
know what
it.
I mean?
Yeah, it's a complex formula. There's all packaging, and then
It's a lot.
the breakdowns of the different parts of the packaging. I'm sure things get broken down from there and there. That makes sense. Well,
you know, and when we're working on these things, like that was a good analogy. You're reviewing the thing in front of you. We're working on anywhere from a dozen to 30 figures at the same time. At 5 different stages of development. So there's just always things that are moving. It's a lot, but it's led to the growth of such a wonderful brand. You know, it's
Right.
like, but it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and you know, and there's so many people that all have important roles to play in that process, and you know, you know, unfortunately, you guys don't often get a chance to interact with them. Where, unfortunately, we do.
Team.
You know, we do.
Team.
But
Well, it's a thing I noticed, so I had to bring it up. But overall,
we'll kick him in the calf.
Yeah, kick him in the calf, the back of the calf,
the
too.
back of the
The
calf.
hey, the back of my calves are indestructible.
Damn, look at you! Wow.
My calves,
Let's
you can
go.
kick me in those calves all you want. That's the one part of my body.
Wolverine calves right there.
Yeah, bub.
All right. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys so much. I know I gave you my grievances, but one thing I wanted to say is that I really like it when you guys explore things and you go outside of the box. And I see you guys doing that, like the effect piece with the Juggernaut, or the fact that you're giving us this different Juggernaut in the Gamerverse. You just had a HasLab Sentinel that didn't hold you back from going with the animated Sentinels, you know, and trying out different ideas. I gotta say, I really do appreciate that. As a consumer, I like the creativity behind it, and I guess one reason that I'm so stoked about that throne is I could see that manifested into that throne itself. So
Yeah.
overall, I'm more happy than disappointed, but I still have to air my grievances. And I just want you guys to
That's
keep
why we're
going.
here.
So
We've said it many times. We don't get better if you guys aren't honest with us. You know, it's like, and we can't sit here.
Respectfully honest, though.
Respectfully honest is important, and we can't sit here and take the praise if we're not willing to listen to the issues that we can improve upon. You know, it's like none of us are infallible. Nope, I don't think I've ever made a project that by the time I was done with it, I'm like, perfect. Never needed.
I make sure he knows nothing is perfect.
Creatives always want to do more and do better. So I appreciate the candid conversation.
awesome, right on. Thank you so much. Some giant figures, by the way. Bill Foster, Giant Man, would be great to see. Some other big guys like that would be really cool.
To Leo Pardon and Fin Fang Foom's list.
Frost Giant, a whole bunch of big guys that we'd like to see. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. And thank you guys for watching and making these videos happen. San Diego Comic-Con 2025. hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face,